Bai Ningbing and Huo Zhengqi got married out of a family debt of gratitude, and their marriage had lasted for 5 years. Years ago, the Bai family was on the verge of bankruptcy. Huo Zhengqi's father helped them out with a technical patent, pulling the Bai family back from the brink. To repay the kindness, Bai Ningbing was betrothed to Huo Zhengqi. Before marriage, Bai Ningbing made an agreement with Old Master Huo she would grant Huo Zhengqi 3 chances to make mistakes. Once all chances were used up, they would get divorced without hesitation. Outwardly a cold and dignified president, Huo Zhengqi was gentle and caring at home, devoting himself to their marriage. Bai Ningbing gradually fell for him over time, yet she stuck firmly to her bottom line and would never tolerate indiscretion or betrayal in a relationship. At Bai Ningbing's birthday banquet, Huo Zhengqi publicly put a necklace on his female assistant Si Nai, who raised her eyebrows and provoked Bai Ningbing deliberately. Upset by the scene, Bai Ningbing called Old Master Huo that night, telling him Huo Zhengqi had wasted his first chance. Later that night, Huo Zhengqi apologized repeatedly, explaining that he only helped because her necklace was caught on the zipper of her clothes. He acted coquettishly and begged for forgiveness. Considering their years of affection, Bai Ningbing let the matter go and warned him not to repeat the mistake. The next day, Huo Zhengqi left for work early and even complained and apologized to Bai Ningbing's father. Without finding out the whole story, Bai's father blamed his daughter and told her to be considerate of Huo Zhengqi, his busy work. Bai Ningbing was displeased. She pointed out that Huo Zhengqi had concealed key details and reported behind her back, which was improper. She sent her father away and decided to have a serious talk with Huo Zhengqi that evening. After work, Huo Zhengqi drove over to pick Bai Ningbing up for a party held by their mutual friend Fu Xinian. When Bai Ningbing walked to the car, she saw Xinai lying casually on the passenger seat with improper posture, showing no restraint even after noticing her arrival. Fuming with anger, Bai Ningbing turned to her own car. Huo Zhengqi hurried after her, making excuses that he just wanted his assistant to broaden her horizons. Bai Ningbing saw through his odd behavior and decided to wait and see, marking this as his second violation. Inside the private room, all the guests ignored Si Nyan on purpose, leaving her embarrassed. Contrary to everyone's expectation, Huo Zhengqi took the initiative to ask Si Nyan to sit beside him and poured tea for her, completely ignoring the strange looks from the crowd. To ease the awkward atmosphere, Fu Xinian raised his glass and toasted the couple, wishing them a lifelong happy marriage. Unexpectedly, Si Nyan snatched the glass and offered to drink on Huo Zhengqi's behalf, blatantly drawing attention to herself. Fu Xinian reprimanded Si Nyan on the spot for her rude behavior. However, Huo Zhengqi defended her, claiming that Si Nyan was young and innocent, which made all the guests sigh. Soon after, Si Nyan tried to drink Bai Ningbing's wine as well, crossing everyone's bottom line. Enraged, Bai Ningbing splashed red wine on Si Nyan, said the party was a letdown, and walked out of the room. Huo Zhengqi chased after her, making excuses and hugging her to stop her from leaving. Si Nyan followed closely, pretending to be wronged and crying. Disheartened by their ambiguous interaction, Bai Ningbing left without another word. She called Old Master Huo again, informing him that Huo Zhengqi had used up the second chance, leaving only the last one. Shocked and anxious, the old man promised to discipline his son strictly. Huo Zhengqi did not come home all night. Bai Ningbing called him many times with no answer. The next morning, the call was finally answered by Si Nyan, who spoke triumphantly and implied that she and Huo Zhengqi had spent the night together. Shortly afterwards, Bai Ningbing received a photo sent by Si Nyan, which showed Huo Zhengqi sleeping soundly with his upper body bare. With solid evidence in hand, Bai Ningbing contacted her lawyer immediately to draft a divorce agreement. Later, Huo Zhengqi called and asked Bai Ningbing to attend a family dinner at the Huo family's old residence. Knowing this would be their final settlement, Bai Ningbing went as requested. To her surprise, Huo Zhengqi had brought Si Nyan to the family home, where Si Nyan acted like the hostess and served tea to guests. Huo Zhengqi explained that he had taken Si Nyan as his adopted sister and wanted her to meet his father. Bai Ningbing showed the photo to Old Master Huo and stated that the last chance was also gone. Old Master Huo heaved a long sigh. Huo Zhengqi finally realized the gravity of the situation. Bai Ningbing took out the divorce agreement and asked him to sign it. Shocked and furious, Huo Zhengqi refused firmly, while Xinayan secretly rejoiced, thinking she would take Bai Ningbing's place. Huo Zhengqi then questioned Xinayan sharply about taking photos and provoking his wife. Faced with call records and chat history, Xinayan could not deny it. She accidentally revealed that Huo Zhengqi had once complained about feeling suppressed in his marriage and tired of currying favor with Bai Ningbing. Flying into a rage, Huo Zhengqi beat Xinayan violently. After calming down, he knelt before Bai Ningbing and begged desperately, swearing that he had never betrayed her and that he only maintained a superior minus subordinate relationship with Xinayan. Bai Ningbing remained calm. She said that even if they had no physical intimacy, staying alone together overnight, together with Xinayan's repeated public provocation and Huo Zhengqi's connivance without proper boundaries, counted as betrayal in her eyes. Old Master Huo then told the whole story of the family debt and the pre-marital agreement. The Bai family survived the crisis entirely thanks to the Huo family's help, and Bai Ningbing's marriage was originally a way to repay the kindness. The rule of 3 chances was set long before they got married. Devastated by the truth, Huo Zhengqi asked if Bai Ningbing had never loved him. She admitted that she married him for gratitude at first, but 5 years of cohabitation had made her fall in love. Still, true affection could not erase repeated disappointment and betrayal. Overwhelmed with regret, Huo Zhengqi rushed out in despair. Afterwards, Bai Ningbing went to her father's residence and told him everything. Having experienced his ex-wife's betrayal and divorce years ago, her father understood her feelings and no longer opposed the divorce. When she arrived home, Huo Zhengqi, looking messy and bleeding from the nose, knelt down in front of her and begged for a second chance. Softening a little, Bai Ningbing invited him inside to talk. Huo Zhengqi opened up about his inner inferiority after marriage. People always whispered that he relied on the Bai family for success and called him a kept man. He worked relentlessly to prove himself, yet he always felt inferior beside the powerful Bai Ningbing. Xinayan's obedience and admiration brought him spiritual comfort, which made him lose his sense of boundary step by step. Bai Ningbing understood his struggle, but stressed that lack of boundaries and emotional estrangement were also fatal flaws in a marriage. A gap had formed in her heart, and they could never go back to the way things were. Eventually, Huo Zhengqi accepted the reality and agreed to divorce. He only asked Bai Ningbing not to hate him. The next day, they completed the divorce procedures at the Civil Affairs Bureau. On their way out, Huo Zhengqi asked if the pre-marital agreement meant she had never trusted him. Bai Ningbing explained that her distrust of marriage stemmed from her parents' failed relationship, which left her insecure about love. They bid each other farewell sincerely and started new lives separately. After the divorce, Bai Ningbing terminated all business cooperation with the Huo Group. He did not retaliate but would never offer help again. As for Xinayan, who had repeatedly provoked her, Bai Ningbing decided to punish her. Huo Zhengqi had already dismissed Xinayan and taken back all the gifts he gave her. Accustomed to a wealthy life, Xinayan fell from grace overnight. She tried to pester Huo Zhengqi many times, but was driven away by bodyguards. No company in the city dared to hire her for fear of offending the Bai group. Bai Ningbing also sent people to Xinayan's hometown to spread rumors that she was a homewrecker, bringing shame to her family and making them the talk of the town. Xinayan was taken back home by her parents and punished, but she ran away again, trying to make a living in other cities, wherever she went to apply for jobs. Bai Ningbing would notify local enterprises in advance, leaving her with no way out. Eventually, Xinayan was reduced to begging on the streets. Her family found her again, broke her legs out of disappointment, and married her to a disabled man in the village. After marriage, Xinayan suffered constant abuse and insults from her husband and lived a miserable life. Bai Ningbing stopped paying attention to her afterwards. From time to time, Bai Ningbing and Huo Zhangqi ran into each other at banquets and parties in the following years. They only nodded politely to each other. Having truly loved each other, they could not be close friends. Nor did they want to become enemies. Bai Ningbing lived alone a rich and peaceful life. She believed that living freely on her own was far better than staying in a loveless marriage, filled with suspicion and estrangement.